There are many different styles of logos, each giving a brand a different look and feel. But what's the difference between them? Stick around to find out. What's up designers, welcome back to Digifrog Designs. If you're new here, I'm Matt Roberts, brand identity designer and illustrator. When it comes to logos and designing logos, there are many different styles, each giving a brand a different look and feel. But what's the difference between them, and which is right for you? Today, we're going to be exploring just that. Before we get started, don't forget to smash that subscribe button. We post new videos every Wednesday, helping you become a better designer. Let's take a look at a few of the different types. To start things off, we've got lettermarks. These are often called monograms and usually consist of a combination of letters, usually the brand's initials. Companies like IBM, CNN, HBO, and ITV are all examples of companies that utilize their initials in their logos. These are all businesses with rather lengthy business names and have turned to abbreviating their names into their initials to make them more memorable. In situations like this, with rather lengthy business names, it's often a good option for businesses to use monograms and lettermarks to reinforce their identity over using their lengthy name. Lettermarks and monogram logos are typography-based logos that are made up of a combination of a few letters and are ideal for streamlining long names. Lettermarks are all about simplicity, but the typeface that's used must give an accurate representation of the feel for the business, whilst remaining legible in all applications needed. One drawback to using abbreviated initials in logos is if it's for a relatively new business, it can be difficult for people to know the full name of the business, so it's worth considering how you implement your name into your branding and if it matters that people may not know the full name of the business. Moving on, we have wordmarks, sometimes referred to as logo types. These are typeface-based logos that focus on the business name alone. Coca-Cola and Canon are some of the most notable wordmarks out there. Wordmarks work really effectively with companies that have short and memorable business names, and combining these with strong typography can really make an effective identity. When a company has a short and impactful memorable name, wordmarks can be an effective way of reinforcing the brand name with the audience. With wordmarks, similar to lettermarks, you'll want to pay special attention to the typography that's used. You'll need something that represents the business accurately. Wordmarks can be a good solution for newly established businesses to help them get their names out there, so long as it's short and memorable enough to work. As with lettermarks, wordmarks are easy to utilize across marketing material, making them adaptable and effective, allowing them to work where you need them to maintain brand consistency. And brand consistency is an essential when building trust with your audience. To find out a little bit more on maintaining brand consistency, I'll drop a link to my video on that in the description box below. Next, we've got logo marks, sometimes referred to as symbol or pictorial marks. These are the ones you probably think of when you instantly think about logos, with some of the most iconic ones being the Apple and the Nike swoosh. Though these are some of the most iconic, logo marks can be some of the most complicated to get right, whilst remaining effective and relevant. What you choose should stick with the business for the long term, so you need to consider the applications and how it will look in the larger picture rather than just the immediate. And you need to also consider what kind of emotion you want it to provoke with the audience. With logo marks, you can go quite literal with the imagery, or you can go abstract. Each has its own advantages and disadvantages. But as previously mentioned, the direction you choose should be carefully considered, and how this would look for your business in the future. Some other examples of abstract logo marks are companies like Pepsi and BP, to name a few. One of the advantages of going a little bit more abstract is that you're not restricted to having something that's recognizable, and you can create something that's a little bit more unique for your brand. Many of the brands that opt for using logo marks are that well established that they only need the logo mark to define them and be instantly recognizable. Apple is one of the most notable companies that opt for solely relying on their logo mark. A true logo mark is only an image. Because of this, it can be difficult for new companies to adopt this identity, especially for those that don't have a strong brand recognition. There are many more logo styles that you can adopt, for instance badges and emblems, which we'll cover in a different video. Today, I just wanted to cover the most common types of logos. Despite the many variations to different types of logos, I always find the best results regardless of the design style, whether it be a lettermark, logo mark, modern or abstract, or whatever. I always pair them up with different lockups and badges if needed. These lockups give the flexibility to brands and businesses on how they utilize their identity, giving them something that's timeless and adaptable that can grow with them. It's always better to have the options and not need them than to need them and not have them. Thanks for watching, designers. If you like this video, smash that subscribe button, give it a like, and also don't forget to ring that notification bell so you get notified every time we post a new video. Share this video with your friends on social. It really helps reach more people, educate them on building better brands and showing them what actually goes into designing them. And shop the merch to support the channel and show you're part of the DFD crew. I'll catch you next week, designers.